Now, let's go to India because a fashion shoot has triggered an online uproar. Images taken by photographer Raj Shetty, some of which we can show you behind me, and there they are on your screen, seem to show models being harassed by men on a bus. Now, it is a scene which many say is reminiscent of the gang rape and murder of a woman in Delhi in 2012. Well, with me to tell us more is Vandana Vijay from the BBC's Hindi service and Anne-Marie Tomchak from BBC Trending. Hello to you both. And Vandana, just tell us, who is this photographer and what is the thinking behind this?
You know, these pictures were actually posted a few days ago. So there's a photographer named Mr. Raj Shetty. It's not that he was hugely known in the public arena before this, but he posted the pictures. This is basically a photo shoot, as you showed the pictures as well. There's a woman in the bus who is, you know, being harassed by a couple of men in the bus, and she's trying to fend herself. And today, for this whole debate on Twitter and Facebook kind of took off, and then there have been reactions after reactions on social media, and you know, other people criticizing the whole thing. Basically, the photographer, BBC hasn't spoken to him as yet. We tried, but as per media reports, what he has denied that this has anything to do with the Delhi gang rape, but the accusations are that it's very easy to draw the comparison, though he's denying, and his comment is that he was just trying to generate a debate that women are not really safe.
Right, because the pictures on first glance would be very reminiscent of that terrible event. It happened on a bus late at night, caused international outrage. Anne-Marie, I mean, has there been a very strong reaction on social media?
There has. If you even look at the BBC World News Facebook page, there's been about 800 comments to this story just today, most of them condemning the photographs, describing them as sickening, insensitive, tasteless. I've been looking on Twitter as well, and I've got a selection of some of the tweets that I noticed. Here's a sense of what people are saying. The actress Amrita Puri, she said, "Rape is not inspiration for a fashion shoot." I don't know what the photographer was thinking, doing an editorial shoot inspired by Nirbhaya, the events of 2012. Another Twitter user called Snigdha agreed, saying that the failure to understand how a fashion shoot depicting rape on an Indian bus increases awareness, insensitive and insulting to the memory of Nirbhaya. So that really sums up what a lot of people are saying. They're not impressed.
Vandana, do people have any sympathy with the photographer for trying to raise an issue?
More or less, you know, the reactions online and offline, they has been critical, except of very few people who are kind of saying that maybe his intention was something different, but the way the photographs came out, you know, didn't really were, you know, good taste. So mostly it has been criticism, and the National Commission for Women, it's an organization which kind of looks after into women's issues, women welfare. They have also criticized, and they have even actually asked for a kind of a case to be registered against this man. So it's been really criticism of the whole issue.
Yeah, and this is obviously a very sensitive issue in India, but the topic of women on public transport is something that's a recurrent theme both in India and in other parts of the world. We're seeing this a lot on BBC Trending as we monitor trends around the world. For example, a few months ago there was a viral photograph that was shared on Facebook showing the women-only seats of the Delhi metro and how men were taking the seats, and this prompted a huge discussion online. You also see other social platforms that are being used where people are trying to document some of the practices that are taking place on public transport. For example, there's a Tumblr page of a creep page, you could call it, where men are going onto public transport and surreptitiously taking photographs of women, inappropriate photographs, while they're on public transport, and then posting them online and sharing them. Japan, they've got separate carriages for women only, and you see women going online to share their experiences. So it is definitely a topic that we're seeing over and over again.
Vandana, briefly, I mean, the terrible events of that night in 2012, the student died of her injuries soon after that attack. How sensitive is India to this subject now? I mean, it's highlighted the case. It did cause such an outrage.
Yes, not only there were huge protests, and after that there were actually new laws, you know, for harassment of women. So definitely there is a better awareness, but it would be wrong to say that, you know, people are totally sensitized, because there have been so many cases even after that. I mean, this man obviously now has taken off the photos. If you go to the website, you can't really access those photographs. But it has touched a raw nerve.
Vandana Vijay, thank you very much from BBC Hindi, and Anne-Marie Tomchak from BBC Trending. Thanks to you both.